Hello, everyone. Thank you to all of you that have been with us for our final day of the Global Youth Conference. And we are at a close of this beautiful offering over the last 2 days. And we have a very special guest who is going to officially close our conference today. And it is nobody else but a very important person and visionary of the Charter for Compassion, Ms. Mairlyn Turkovich, who is our executive director. And in just a few moments, she is going to come onto the stage and present our closing remarks of the conference. So I hope you're ready to hear from her. And after that, we will have a quick note of gratitude by me, and we will officially close the conference. And with that, I'm going to bring Marilyn onto the stage.
Thank you, Anum, and thank you all for joining us in this incredible gathering of global youth leaders. It's been a thought-provoking and a very special 2 days, and so much thanks obviously goes to Anum as our global youth strategist, her advisory team of youth leaders and all of their networks, and to Lucy Gray, who masterfully helped manage the technology for this conference. I would be remiss if I didn't thank our other staff members, Felipe Zurita, who many of you have gotten to know as a moderator, and those behind the scenes, Lynn DeVry, Merida McCarthy, and Natalia Zurita. Of course, our charter board also needs to be thanked because they had the insight of creating this youth strategist position and officially opening nearly 40% of our trustee membership to people under the age of 40. It's been exciting to see their involvement in this conference as facilitators and moderators as well. Over the past 2 days, we've witnessed extraordinary examples of young people taking compassionate action to address the world's most pressing challenges, from climate activism to social justice movements, from mental health advocacy to community building efforts. Youth from all corners of the globe. I think I saw registration with as many as 43 to 45 countries that have been involved in this, all of who are stepping up to make a difference in the world. What has stood out most is the passion and purpose of these driving presenters. They aren't waiting for permission or an ideal condition. They're taking action right now. They embody what we need in the world today: the courage to challenge the status quo and the compassion to uplift others as we work towards a more just and peaceful world. But the message that rings clear is this: while youth are the driving force of change, success comes from reaching across generations and across borders. The passion and innovation of young leaders are indispensable, yet to make lasting change, we need partnerships that span age groups and geographic boundaries. We need to create a culture of mentorship, learning, mutual support, where the wisdom of experience meets the bold energy of youth. So, what's next for us? Well, for me, 3 key elements have emerged during this conference as critical to continuing the momentum. First, it's networking. We've seen throughout these sessions how vital it is to connect with others who share a vision. Change doesn't happen in isolation. It happens when we collaborate across borders, across sectors, across generations. We need to keep expanding our networks, connecting not only with like-minded peers, but with allies of all ages who can open doors, provide resources, and offer guidance. The second thing is transparency, transparent communication. None of anything that we've heard and seen in the last 2 days will work unless we have open, honest, and transparent dialogue. This conference has highlighted the power of storytelling and candid conversations in building bridges between communities. Transparency fosters trust and trust is essential to the success of any movement. It allows us to bring our whole selves into the work, to learn from one another, and to correct our course of action when we need to. And the last is compassionate action. Most importantly, compassion must remain at the heart of everything we do. Compassion isn't just a feeling, it is that verb, that action. It's about showing up, standing in solidarity, taking action that benefits others. It's about creating safe spaces where everyone's voice is heard and where we actively work to heal injustice. As young people continue to lead, they remind us that true leadership is rooted in compassion. In wrapping up, I'd like to leave you with a challenge. Don't let this conference be the end of the conversation. Let it be the beginning of a movement, and a movement that is really fueled by the energy of youth, supported by the wisdom of elders, and driven by a commitment to compassionate action. Hold us, the Charter for Compassion, hold our feet to the ground. Tell us what we should be doing. And most importantly, keep acting with compassion at every step. Together, across generations, across continents, we have the power to change the world. Thank you for your involvement.
Thank you so much, Marilyn, for those truly powerful words. I cannot express how deeply they resonate, not only with me, but I can see with others in the chat as well who have been commenting during your closing remarks. And with that, I would like to just express a few words of gratitude. And before I do that, just a few quick continuing ways to engage with us. I would invite all of you to join our Charter for Compassion Global Youth Network on LinkedIn. Follow our social media handles and sign up for the Charter's newsletter, which is a bi-weekly newsletter and has all the information you need on our different programmings that are happening. We do have a lot in store, particularly for the youth. And on that note, this might be a little premature, but I'm too excited not to share that we will be starting a Global Youth Ambassadorship Program, which will be launched in 2025. So please be sure to stay connected to us for details. I would also like to take a quick moment to invite you to join a conference hosted by one of our partner organizations, Actionable Innovations Global, for a celebration of globally connected teaching and learning at the Global Learning for an Open World conference on the 20th of November. They are seeking passionate individuals and organizations dedicated to inspiring students and educators through innovative approaches. And the links can be found in the chat and also in the live streams. I'm just going to paste them in there for everybody to see. And with that, I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to all of you for your beautiful, authentic, and meaningful presence at our conference. It has been a roller coaster 2 days, and we have all learned so much and have been so inspired by all of our wonderful presenters. But I hope for everybody in the audience that this was a meaningful conference and that you found purpose and deeper connections. I would like specifically to express my gratitude to all of our panelists, our moderators, presenters of our youth-led sessions, our capacity building workshops, to our keynote speaker, our youth spotlight speaker, our conference partners, and of course, as Marilyn has already mentioned, to members of the Charter's Youth Committee, Board of Trustees, and our global volunteers that actively presented, participated, and supported this conference. And last, but certainly not the least, and I know Marilyn has already thanked our wonderful staff, but I have to thank them again. We are a small but very powerful bunch, and we are scattered all over the world. And just as Marilyn said, this conference would not have been possible without my dear colleague, Lucy Gray, who leads the Charter education sector, and has truly been the architect of the logistical and technological planning of this conference. Thank you, Lucy, for all the work you put in to make this possible. I would like to thank Natalia Zurita, who is the Charter's web developer, who spent hours and hours building and updating our conference website, to Felipe Zurita, who is the Charter's marketing director, who has been working tirelessly behind the scenes to handle our tech and also the promotion of our conference on social media, to Mairlyn McCarthy, the Charter's program manager, who handled over 500 registrations for this conference around the clock, and to both Lynn DeVries, the Charter's office manager, global read coordinator, and Ubuntu coordinator, and of course, to Marilyn Turkovich, the Charter's executive director. Thank you for your endless wisdom and guidance, without which we would never have the power to put our visions into action. They are both a wonderful leading force and always have so much meaningful presence and call us to action. It continues to be an honor to serve on this team in our shared mission of compassion. I look forward to seeing all of you for hopefully our second edition of this conference next year, and for all of the programming that we have on offer and will have on offer through the Charter for Compassion. And I would once again like to say, as Marilyn already has so beautifully said, we must remember that our work does not stop here. And we must remember that we each have the ability to transform our communities and be catalysts of change, to uplift those around us, and to just drive these movements that will hopefully shape our future. Thank you so much, everyone, for your participation, and we look forward to staying in touch with you and truly being able to put forth compassionate action into the world. Thank you so much.